The scripture reading for Easter Sunday is from the Gospel of John chapter 20. Early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb and saw that the stone had been removed from the entrance. So she came running to Simon Peter and to the other disciple, the one Jesus loved, and said, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have put him." So Peter and the other disciple started for the tomb. Both were running, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He bent over and looked in the strips of the linen laying there, but did not go in. Then Simon Peter came along behind him and went straight into the tomb. He saw the strips of linen laying there, and as well as the cloth that had been wrapped around Jesus' head. The cloth was still laying in the place, separate from the linen. Finally, the other disciple who had reached the tomb first also went inside and believed. They still did not understand from the scripture that Jesus had to rise from the dead. Then the disciples went back to where they were staying. Dear friend, happy Easter. Most of us are celebrating the Lord's resurrection today. For many, it will be a glorious day of rejoicing in the miracles. A day where we reflect not only the event 2,000 years ago took place, but also on the resurrection in your own life. A day to remind you of Christ who died for you, and to have Christ in your life. Dear friend, in the past couple of months, we have watched the whole world is united in the fight against coronavirus, and the financial hardship occurred, unfortunately, close to those events. Dear friend, you are not alone. I assure you, most of life is like this. Unmixed happiness is not easy to come by. So, how do we feel? How do we deal with the reality? How do we deal with Good Friday and Easter coexisting together? First, I think we start with recognizing that the first Easter, the real Easter, was not just one event in time that occurred long, long ago. Christ's resurrection, dear friend, reaches all ages and has eternal consequences. It applies to you, to me, today, just as much as it did to Christ's followers on Easter morning. It also applies to the future. Our hope, no matter where we may be today, is in the transforming truth of Easter. Second, if you feel sad or worried on Easter morning because life has been disappointing, God still accepts you. In fact, He died. He died and He rose for you so that He could more closely walk with you through this hardship. Third, dear friend, whether you are in situation of hardship, the key is to keep walking in faith, step by step, one step at a time, with Christ Himself. Only the risen Christ can guide us, can guide you, can guide me. When our final Easter morning arrives, we will finally see the clarity that the journey was worth it. A very happy Easter, and God bless you.